At our wedding rehearsal, my husband told his best man, "Bro, imagine marrying someone who used to stalk you." Everyone laughed, his mom included. I stood there in my rehearsal dress, holding my bouquet, frozen. The entire wedding party, 12 people, just stared at me waiting for my reaction. Mark grinned. "What? It's true. She showed up at my gym like 4 times before I finally said yes." That gym? It was the only 24-hour one in our town. I went after night shifts as a nurse. He knew that. His best man Jake shifted uncomfortably. Dude, maybe, but Mark wasn't done. Honestly, I felt bad for her. She was so desperate. His groomsmen laughed nervously. My bridesmaids went silent. I could see my maid of honor Rachel's face turning red. Our wedding planner was literally standing right there with her clipboard, checking off the processional order. Mark took a sip of his beer. We'd specifically asked for no alcohol at rehearsal. He'd smuggled in a 6-pack anyway. "I mean, look at her," he continued, gesturing at me with the bottle. "She's cute and all, but she knows she got lucky. I could have done way better." His mom, the woman who'd helped me pick out my dress, who'd cried when I asked her to light the unity candle. She just smiled and patted his shoulder. "Oh, Mark, you're terrible, terrible," like it was charming. My dad was in the front pew. I watched his jaw clench. The pastor cleared his throat. "Perhaps we should continue with—" No, it's a funny story," Mark interrupted. "So she's at the gym, right? On the treadmill behind me, just staring, every single day. I went to that gym 4 times, total, because I just moved to town and it was the only one open after my shift ended at 11 p.m. Finally, I felt so awkward I had to say something. Turned around and was like, "You know we have the same gym, right? You don't have to follow me." That's not what happened. He'd approached me asking about the rowing machine. I'd shown him how to adjust it. We'd talked for maybe 5 minutes. She turned bright red, literally bright red. I felt bad, so I gave her my number. I'd given him mine. After he'd asked 3 times, his cousin started laughing. "That's hilarious, man." Our wedding was in 14 hours. 14 hours? I'd spent the last 8 months planning every detail. The $3,200 photographer, the flowers I'd specifically chosen because his mom loved peonies, the playlist I'd made with songs from every phase of our relationship. I'd written my vows on the drive here. They were in my purse, 3 pages, handwritten, talking about how he made me believe in second chances after my ex. Mark kept talking. Anyway, I figured why not, you know? She seemed nice, little clingy, but nice. Clingy. I worked 60-hour weeks. We saw each other twice a week maximum. And here we are. She finally wore me down. My throat was tight. I could feel everyone's eyes on me, waiting to see if I'd laugh it off. If I'd play along. Rachel grabbed my hand, squeezed it hard. The pastor tried again. "Should we run through the—" "Wait, there's more," Mark said. "Tell them about the text, babe." I'd sent him exactly 3 texts before our first date. He'd sent 47. She'd text me these paragraphs, like novels. I'd reply, "Cool," and she'd send 3 more. That was him. I had the receipts, literally. I'd shown Rachel the screenshots last month when we were laughing about how nervous he'd been early on. His best man finally spoke up. "Mark, man, I think that's enough." "What? I'm just being honest." She knows I'm kidding. I wasn't smiling. Nobody thought I was in on the joke. His mom looked at me. "Sweetie, you know he doesn't mean it," but he did. I could see it in his eyes. This wasn't nervousness or bad humor. This was what he actually thought. My dad stood up, started walking toward us. I smiled, set down my bouquet, walked straight out of that church, got to my car and called the venue. "I need to cancel everything." The coordinator gasped. "The wedding's tomorrow." "I know. Cancel it all. 14 grand gone." I didn't care. Then I called Mark. He answered laughing. "Babe, come on. It was just the wedding's off. I'm keeping the ring since you publicly humiliated me. Don't contact me again." I hung up, got to my car and called the venue. "Cancel everything. The wedding's tomorrow. Cancel it all." Then I called Mark. "The wedding's off. Don't contact me again." 47 texts in 6 minutes. I blocked everyone. Sunday morning, my wedding day, I woke up to Instagram stories saying I'd overreacted. Mark posted, "Sometimes people show their true colors." I posted the rehearsal video. You could hear everything. Every word, every laugh. 600 comments by Monday. His gym fired him. His mom called Tuesday. "I'm so sorry." Mark's still texting from new numbers. "But I'm done training people who don't deserve me."